Bahod, Ku Agar, Tash Azan Rasad, Ke Intan, Ravanra, Be Awayad, Dadan, Be Daham. I dedicate unto you the holy immortals, and the hymn, and the Nyayesh with my thought, words, and deeds, with my consciousness, my body, through which my own life, and through the body and life of the soul I keep on the internal and the external treasure which I have, owing to my relationship with God, keeping with the relationship of God, is this, that if anything occurs, I shall offer dedication, if necessary, through this body, for the sake of my soul. Satayam ashahi pahlum nagunam davan panikiya dadar hormazd sapasdar hom papatyar annae azganamenu awar mad umade rastakizra padash korsand hamdastan hom dine hormazd dade zartosht. Okay, this is in Pazin. Rastae fararun card puryoda kashan padastur darhom anjadehra azguna papatet hom azguna. I'm praising with the best righteousness as I strike the demons for the sake of, or with the hope of the resurrection. I'm grateful and contending with the goodness of the mindful Creator, and harming that antagonism and harming that which comes from Ahriman. What's the etymology of it? Ahriman, I don't know, but Karda Ku Marduman Obun Shayad Budan Yao Man Obun Bud Ested Pesh Oy Chehar Anda Pas Oy Chehar Pesh Yadshan Andar Just Ested Azse Sraushu Charanam Guna Az An Nitum Guna Anda Hazaran Hazar Margarzan And Chand Geush Hast Shayad Budan Pa Name Chesht Harvespa Dushmata dus hukta, dus havarshta, mem para kasanra, yav, kasan, para manra, yav, guna kare, pa, manra, kaso, guna, u, bun, bud, ested, az, an, guna, manashni, ravashni, kunashni, tani, ravani, gati, minoani, oke, awach, pasheman, pase, gavashne, patet home, asguna, which might originate from humanity, such from the beginning, that was committed by me, like others, and of those, if there are in early life few, in the beginning had more in the end. From the sin worthy of punishment with strokes, from the sin less than that, up to 1,000 times 1,000 of the sins, and even more than so much measure, perchance, has been committed, especially all the evil thoughts, all the wicked words, all the wicked deeds, which I, for the sake of others, or by others, for my sake, or by any sinful individual, for my sake, some minor sin, even having originated from sins pertaining to thoughts, words, and deeds within my body, within my soul, pertaining to this world, or the yonder world. From these sins, O mindful, I abstain from them with renunciation, with 3 words, and repent, and become penitent because of them. Oh, I wasn't supposed to say. Or do you say the Khordah formula? The Khordah formula twice, and then you say the Khordah formula 3 times here? In and akko paye guna nam chun handarakt medeusast andaras farman boediozad kaediozan agerept guna avavareshe guna arendush guna korahe guna bazae guna yatu guna tanvalgan guna margarzan guna avasosh geran guna jehmars guna dashtan mars guna kun mars guna awarun marzashni shoethra guna shashni guna. Ravani guna hamimaean guna hio pueshahud vakshe vakshan vakshe guna guna as guna avare akko guna kumar dumo bunsheyad budan gajaste Ghanamino darvand Papet yaredaman Hormaz faraz karnid. The sins of the worst degrees are, namely, to harm somebody by injustice and to interfere in his goodliness, to admonish someone falsely, to tell to tell deliberate lies, and to point out a wrong and to direct towards a wrong path, not to act or to act contrary to the wills left behind by the deceased, are those journeying afar in favor of their own children or some other people, to steal humans or cattle and sell them, to spoil good clothes, to spoil purposely pure and delicious food, not to nourish the poor and needy in spite of wealth and prosperity, instead causing affliction and harm to them, and to keep the good animals under one's own control, to leave them hungry and to beat them, to hold a weapon in the hands, to kill or injure someone, to brandish it on the head of a person opposing him, the sin of inflicting a wound on a person which heals after 3 to 4 days, the sin of inflicting a wound on a hand, on a foot, on inflicting a wound in such way as to render the foot lame and to prevent it from doing work, the sin deserving the punishment of death, the sin of practicing derision or mockery of anyone beyond limit, the sin of having physical relations, the sin of sexual activity with a prostitute, or with a woman who's a menses, the sin of committing sexual intercourse with a man, or the unnatural with a woman, the sin of formation with a woman unlawfully, the sin of destroying sperm by one's hands, the sin of sexual intercourse with a woman of another faith, the sin of a crime of intimacy with another person's wife or stealing the property of another person, other such sins as not performing the compulsory meritorious deeds enjoined in the Zoroastrian religion, which cause difficulty in crossing the Chinfat bridge after death. So it's not just what you do, it's what you don't do. Of course, I would say that in this day and age, obviously not the prostitutes and stuff, but a good lawful marriage, marrying women of a different faith can be an okay thing. Sin growing and growing more, from one sin to another in existence, other worse sins, Yeah, a lot of stuff starts as a small sin and it makes its way up, doesn't it? Worse sins could originate with humanity, promised, are originated by the cursed Ahriman, evil spirit, for antagonizing the creatures of the Creator, of the mindful Creator. Hormaz kudae guna andarin perabekard gohane puryut kashan guna dashte ested manashni peshe dadar hormazd minoyan gatiyan mahesht peshe amesha spandan peshe meher sarosh Rashna Peshne Atash Barsam Hom Peshadin Rabane Kesh Pesheran Dasturadini Peshoi Gave Madasten Az Anguna Manashni Gavashni Kunashni Tani Ravani Geti Minoani Oke Awaksh Pasheman Pase Gavashni Patet Home Azguna. The Lord, who's mindful, has manifested. Has made known the sins in the religion and the faithful of the poor Yot Kaeshas, the good people of that tribe. The poor Yot Keshas, tribe, have acknowledged at sins, repenting with atonement, with thought before the Creator who's mindful, the greatest of the spiritual world and of this world, before the archangels, the intermediary, the obedient, the just, before the fire, Barisman and Ephedra, before the religion and my own soul, before the leader and the priest of the religion. Daster's high priest, right? Before any good person is present, repenting and offering things. Okay, now they're just listening to Khordahs, so they're not saying the Khordah formula. Andar Ped Mad Ko Beradzan Barzand Shoya Salar Kesh Nazdik Ham Geha Nayan Ham Kvastagan Ham Sayagan Ham Shahriyan Pa Ir Man Ian Just Pahar Adad Iya Chun Mad Andar Gunehgar Bud Ested Home Az An Guna Manashni Gavashni Kunashni Tani Ravanne Geti Minoani Oke Awaksh Pasheman Pase Gavashni Patet Home Az Guna. If I have made mistakes against father, mother, sister, brother, with wife or husband, with children, leader, with the relatives and near ones, or with those living in the same area, with the neighbors that are with the partners, with the neighbors, the inhabitants, the same city, using my servants through deviation of justice. Okay, what's Rashna mean if it doesn't mean justice? I repent for that. And offer renunciation. fifth Khordah is Heher Nasa Koreshni Heher Nasa Joeshni Heher Nasa Oyav O Atash Bordanya Av O Atash Heher Nasa Bordan Avesta Pa Chamishn Nagoftan Moy Nakun Dan Varesh Daste Shavin O Avare Harche Padar Heher Nasa Chun Man Andar Gunchgar Bud Ested Home Az An Guna Manashni Gavashni Kunashni Tani Ravani Geti Minno Ane Oke Awaksh Pashaman Pase Gavashni Patet Home Az Guna. If I've become a sinner by my eating dry, used, dead matter, or defiling the dry or wet dead matters, carrying it to water and fire, or carrying the water and fire near dry dead matter, not reciting the Avesta, not abstaining from the hair, nails, and toothpick, using dirt-soiled hands, and by other as dry dead matter or wet dead matter, I repent with contrition. And the sixth Khordah. Ku kamadadar hormaz bud oyem awayast manidan oyem namanid oyem hawayast goftan oyem nagoft oyem amwayast kardan oyem na karn azanguna manashni gambashni kunashni tani ravani gati mino anne okewaksh pashaman pasegavashni patet home azguna. I'm repenting and renouncing for not thinking about the wish of the Creator, the Holy, the Lord of Mindfulness, as I ought to have been thinking, for not speaking as I should have been speaking, for not doing as I should have been doing. Ku kamea reman bud oyam navayast manidan oyam manid oyam navayast goftan oyam goft oyam navayast kardan oyam kardan azanguna manashni gabashni kunashni tani ravani gati mino anne okewaksh pashaman pasegavashni patet home azguna. I should have thought according to the wish. I should not have thought according to the wish of the evil spirit, and yet I've thought of. I shouldn't have spoken, and yet I have spoken. And I shouldn't have done, and yet I have done. I repent for all those sins with penitence. Azhamoyin harayin guna harayin margarzan harayin varudmand harayin manen harayin guna azguna oyam mandar hormazd mardum sardagan just papatet home. Repenting for all types of sins and every kind of sin worthy of death, every kind confirmed and every kind left unatoned for, every kind from another sin which may have been committed by me against the mindful, against humans and different kinds of humans. Azhamauyin harayin guna harayin margarzan harayin varudmand harayin manid harayin guna azguna oyam andar bahman gau gospand sardagan just patet home. Repenting for all types and kinds of sins, every kind of sin, every kind of sin acknowledged, and every kind of sin left unatoned for, and every kind from other sins which may have been committed by me against Behman, the archangels, the cattle, the kinds of cattle. Azhamoyin harayin guna harayin margarzan harayin varud mand harayin manin harayin guna azguna oyam mandar arde behesht atash sardagan just papatet home. Repenting for every type and kind of sin, every kind of sin, every kind confirmed, every kind of other sin left unatoned for, which may have been committed by me against the Batman, and this one, the Arda Behesht, the Archangel of Fire, and various kinds of fire. Azhamoyin harayin guna harayin margarzan harayin varudman harayin manid harayin guna azguna oyam andar shahravar ayokshast sardagan just popped at home. I'm repenting for all types and kinds of sins, every kind of fatal sin, every kind confirmed and every kind left undealt with, every kind of other sins which may have been committed by me against Jehervar, metal and various kinds of metal. Az hamoyin harayin guna harayin margarzan harayin farod man harayin manid harayin guna az guna oyem mandar spandarmad zamin zardagan just papatet home, repenting for all types and kinds of sin, every kind of mortal sin, every kind confirmed, every kind left undealt with, and every kind that came from other sins, and which may have been committed by me against Spandermod, the earth, and the cattle. And this is quite a long prayer here, but it looks like we may finish with another section.